I'm so tired of trying to find love from him. I may not be pretty to somebody, but goddamn, I'm pretty to me. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm tired of this bullshit.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone from men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to? Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege? I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
Shut up, bitch!
Embrace your masculinity.
Me gusta la canela, me gustas tú. Me gusta el fuego, me gustas tú.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
You've got a second chance, you could go home. You are looking for a sign that God is paying attention to you. Just listen to this.
I'm so fucking tired of being alone. I'm so tired of trying to find love from him. I mean, damn. I may not be pretty to somebody, but goddamn, I'm pretty to me. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm tired of this bullshit. I don't understand why the fuck am I still living. I just want to be somebody's girlfriend, somebody's wife, somebody's something. I deserve to fucking be happy too. Why the fuck can't I be happy? I'm tired. I'm tired of being...
This clip, right here, is a stark wake-up call. It's the harsh reality of what happens when you chase an illusion, ignoring the fundamentals of life. This lady, broken and crying, is what you get after a lifetime of riding the carousel, believing in a feminist fantasy that promised happiness but delivered loneliness. She's crying for a partner now, but let's not kid ourselves. She had her chances, plenty of them. We can bet she had men in her life, good men, trying to tell her, trying to be there for her. But no, the allure of Chad and Tyrone, the bad boys, the thrill of the moment, that's what she chose. She had her chances. We all do. But she chose to chase everything but a solid, loving relationship. And now, regret's hitting her like a ton of bricks. It's a classic case of reaping what you sow. You spend your prime years chasing thrills, neglecting the idea of building something real and lasting with someone who cares, and this is where you end up. Alone, regretful, wondering why life turned out this way. This isn't just her story, it's becoming a common tale for many women. They think they're entitled to it all, career, endless fun, and then a perfect relationship to settle into whenever they feel like it. But life isn't a fairy tale. Choices have consequences, and time waits for no one. Wake up, ladies. This is your reality after you hit the wall.
So a woman called me. She said, I'm 50 years old. I have 3 degrees. I'm a very successful entrepreneur, CEO. And I want you to know, Dennis, that I deeply regret that I followed the feminist advice at college. Because when I come home after a successful day at work to an empty home, no husband, no children, no family, it's not good.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone from men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to? Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege? I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
This clip, right here, is the perfect example of why so many men are just done with the modern dating scene. You've got a woman so caught up in her own self-importance, bragging about ignoring texts and acting like responding to someone on the same day is some kind of royal favor. It's this kind of ego that's been stroked to absurd heights, making these women think they're the center of the universe. But here's the kicker. The beauty and allure they bank on, it fades. Time spares no one. And when that happens, their whole world, built on this foundation of perceived superiority, crumbles. It's a harsh truth, but it's reality. The wall comes for everyone, and it has a way of bringing these entitled attitudes crashing down to earth. Remember, guys, if they treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Know your worth, kings. You don't need to be caught up in this cycle of arrogance and misandry. These same women, who are so dismissive now, will be the ones in a decade, just like the lady in the previous video, wondering where it all went wrong, why they can't find a man, and demanding a relationship and marriage. This is the cycle of feminism gone astray, a cycle that never seems to learn from its mistakes. So, take this as a cautionary tale. Value yourself, look for genuine connections, and don't get caught in the trap of ego-driven, superficial relationships. Stay strong and keep your standards high. Guys, let this serve as a reminder. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Don't get sucked into this vortex of modern dating games. Focus on those who recognize and appreciate you, not on those who see you as a backup option or a temporary amusement. Stay true to yourselves, kings, and build your empire. Don't entertain such women.
If you don't find him attractive, don't give him a chance just because he's nice. Men never give women chances just because they're nice. If they don't think you're cute, they're not even gonna look in your direction. If your coochie is not throbbing when you look at this man, he is not the one. Your body needs to be trembling. You need to be pulsating when you look at him, or he's not the one. Men will eventually disappoint you anyway. At least don't let an ugly nigga disappoint you.
This clip is another textbook example of the modern dating playbook. Chase after the unattainable and superficial, then bemoan the loneliness that inevitably follows. The advice given here is not just shallow, it's a fast track to a future filled with regret. What we're seeing is a clear path leading straight to the same situation we witnessed with the woman in the previous clip. You have women in their prime years chasing after the Chad and Tyrones, setting impossible standards based on looks and thrills, completely neglecting the importance of genuine connection and compatibility. Then, as time marches on, their priorities shift. Suddenly, they find themselves in their 30s, demanding a Prince Charming who, quite frankly, doesn't exist or isn't interested anymore. And then the 40s roll in, bringing with them the tears and the realization that the criteria they set in their youth were leading them down a lonely path. It's almost a guarantee that the woman in this clip is single. It's a classic case of the blind leading the blind. Single ladies, especially those who subscribe to such superficial dating advice, often inadvertently promote a cycle that keeps themselves and others single. By pushing this narrative that a man's worth is directly proportional to his physical appearance or the immediate sexual attraction he can arouse, they're setting themselves and others up for a string of shallow, unfulfilling relationships, or worse, prolonged singleness. What's more ironic is that these same women, who advocate for such shallow criteria in men, often become the loudest voices complaining about the lack of genuine, committed partners. They fail to realize that their advice and standards contribute to a dating culture that's devoid of the very substance and sincerity they eventually seek. Just look at all these harping misandry in the comments. I will only give him a chance if he's ugly and has money, but not if he's ugly and broke. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's why I will never lower my standards. You'll start to resent them too. Oh, being disappointed by a man you didn't even like, that much hurts even worse. No, his bank account needs to be throbbing, ladies sprinkle sprinkle. Well, they need to start printing more body-trembling type men. It seems like they're out of stock these days. Straight facts, 17 years with my mediocre husband only for that to end in disappointment. No charity work. I'm so tired of everyone saying, oh, give him a chance, he's nice. No, I dry up looking at him, leave me alone. No man has ever made me feel that way, so let's start there. If you ain't got a teardrop running down her leg, he ain't the one.
I am 30 years old and I have been single for over 12 years, so never had a real adult relationship. And I wanted to talk about something that might ring true for some people that are in the same position as me, that is from time to time feeling a bit lonely. And it's like one of those real shameful and embarrassing things to admit, I feel like, when someone asks if you're lonely. It's not something you want to admit to because you want people to believe that you're happy and you're not worried about that sort of ever looming possibility of being on your own forever, you know. And I know it's 30 is still really young, I know that, but when everyone around you is getting married, having babies, getting engaged, you know, moving in with partners and stuff, it can feel a bit overwhelming. And to be honest, most of the time I'm pretty good. Like, I don't sit on the feeling too much. It's only when it comes round the weekend, and luckily I have friends that their life isn't kind of revolving around their partners and their relationships. They actually want to do stuff with their friends. Luckily I have friends like that, so I don't ever feel alone, and have no plans to do anything at the weekends because they're off doing stuff with their partners. However, especially now we're in the winter and we're coming up to Christmas, it's that time of year where couples seem to show off a bit, maybe. Not show off, but they seem to be more apparent and more people getting into relationships than you noticed before. And that's what they call it, the cuffing season, I suppose. But just wanted to share my thoughts that I always try and keep myself busy over the weekends. I try and make plans, see my friends, see my family. I'm more open to the prospect of meeting someone now, whereas before I was like very shut off from the idea. And I think maybe it's like some subconscious way of being shut off, then you don't get hurt and you don't get rejected. So you reject them first, sort of situation. So maybe it's that. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, and for anyone that's feeling the same, know that you're not alone, and we can stick together.
The clip perfectly showcases the cyclical trap many women fall into. They spend their 20s chasing after the so-called Chads and Tyrones, ignoring the average stable guys who are interested in a real connection. Then, as they hit their 30s, reality starts to sink in. Suddenly, it's not just about finding any man, but the right man. But by then, the pickings are slim. Most good men are either taken or have been burned too many times and are cautious. These women then turn to social media, sharing their laments about being single at 36, wondering where all the good men have gone. This cycle is so self-evident thanks to social media. How do women not realize it? Pride, narcissism, delusional, all of the above. And let me guess, all the comments are women LARPing misandry and cheering her on. Glad you shared. I haven't had proper relationship and I'm 36. One of my friends got a boyfriend and now never sees me. Really bothers me because it's like she'd rather spend 30 days a month with him rather than me. 34, single for 7 years. I've accepted I'm destined to be alone. There's so many more, but I'm not going to read all of them. There's a clear pattern emerging in modern dating culture. Many women who chose the independent path in their younger years, focusing on careers and casual relationships, often find themselves envying those who made different choices. As they enter their 30s and beyond, they start to see their peers who prioritized family and long-term relationships in a different light. These women, who once prided themselves on their independence and career achievements, begin to realize that something is missing. The allure of the boss babe lifestyle starts to wane as they witness the joys and fulfillment that come from stable, committed relationships and family life. It becomes a situation where misery seeks company. The regret and longing lead them to try and validate their choices by encouraging others to follow in their footsteps, perpetuating a cycle of dissatisfaction and loneliness. They see their friends who are now mothers and wives and feel a pang of envy, realizing that the window for making those choices in their own lives is closing. It's an uncomfortable truth, the realization that the social narratives they championed and the choices they made might not lead to the happiness they envisioned. This often results in a scramble to find a partner, but by then, the dynamics of dating have shifted. The same men they might have overlooked or rejected in their youth are now either settled or understandably wary of jumping into relationships. This situation is a wake-up call about the consequences of life choices.
Body positivity.
So nice how far we've come.
She's taking up half the billboard, they couldn't even fit another person on it. Funny clip, but the reality is, no straight man wants to date an obese man. Acting like a man, obese, angry, misandrist, these same women LARPing about not being able to find a husband. When will they realize straight men want to date real women? Men have standards, and no matter how much they kick a fuss that won't change, it's all fun and games and body positivity. Until a man says anything about a woman's weight. That slogan, though, is pretty funny, I must admit. The pits.
I wrote down the people that I slept with that I thought I was going to have a relationship with, even prior to being in the sex industry, and it was about 100. You guys are like, whoa!
You said 100.
Yeah, including the time I was working. So, in other words, during the relationships with, when I was with the relationships with the pimp, sometimes I would meet nice guys on the side, and he was already cheating on me, I thought, with other girls because I had wife-in-laws. So I felt justified when I met a nice guy that just wanted to hang out with me and just cuddle me and have sex with me. I slept with him. It's just trauma.
So sorry.
Well, she found her man.
Yeah. I did.
And
I win.
I don't get hugs consistently. I don't hear my name being said. And there's no fault. It's just circumstance. But now I'm in a position where I feel like I sometimes can't picture a love that meets all of your needs. Or most of them. I don't know. I just wish I could make myself not want it anymore, you know? Because while I know it's natural to want it, it's painful and I'm tired. And it's just undeniable and I can't front. But you try to pretend like you don't want love or whatever, but every so often something,
Guys, I think that I independent womaned it too hard. And now I'm 36. I live in a house that I own with a great career, amazing friends and family, an adorable cat, and I may very well be alone forever because I don't want anyone to sleep in my bed. This one right here. So, just a word to the wise for all those 28 to 32-year-olds who are thinking, yeah, I'm an independent woman after a long relationship. I can do anything. You can. But just know what you're getting yourself into.
Feminism is one of the reasons for female loneliness.
Well, yes. I mean, are you for real? So let me get this straight. Alternate reality. I'm a liberal woman. Okay, so I'm gonna be frumpy. I'm gonna put my career first. I'm allowed to be fat. I can have colored hair, and I can think that men are my oppressor. And then naturally, they're gonna want to marry me and talk to me and have conversations with me. Absolutely not. Yeah, it keeps women lonely.
Yeah.
And they need you to be in the tribe. And if you go against feminism as a woman, you will be lonely. I mean, Pearl and I have had this experience. We go against the sisterhood. We ain't got that many girlfriends. That's why you always see us together. We ain't got nobody else, you know?
I have so many friends.
Yeah?
You pissed off the whole manosphere right about that. Yeah.
Places like the UK and the USA, a lot of your dating requirements are far too high. A lot of you think you're better than the guys that you're evenly yoked with. And that's where your problem starts. Then, there's the problem of personality, attitude, and the fact that 80% of the time, marriages and relationships are terminated by women for superficial reasons.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.